Na, halló. Oké, meg vagyok. Na, ezt a vágás animációt le fogom cserélni, mert rohadt hangos. Majd kell csinálnom egy újat. Marha jó. Megint lehet újat csinálni. Na mindegy. Na jó van. Haladjunk tovább. Jó kis ellenvég sztorival. Nem is tudom, hol hagytunk. Hol hagytuk abba valami vetítő termet kell megtalálni, vagy nem is tudom. Valami ilyesmi. Ja, igen. Aha. De megijedtem ettől a kaktusztól. Ez mindig kell. Abból nem kell. Ez nem kell. Telefonfülkével nem lehet csinálni semmit. Jó. Menj a vetítőfülkébe. Megyek. Hol megint most bele kell rázódni. Elvileg már nincs sok a játékból, szóval... Elvileg a felénél járok körül. Na menj a... Így be.
That's the security system? I guess it was too much to hope for an alarm and a fat rent-a-cop.
Pusztítsd el a sötét kutakat. Az micsoda? Ah! Csak kérdezni kellett. És ezt hogy? Oké. Load. Ja, hogy így? Nem kell elemcsele, mert nagyon gyorsan feltölt. Jó. Most hogy jöttem be ide? Lőszar. Lőszar. Ez nincs. Mert igazából mehetnék puskával is. Á, itt a kövi. Jó. Na gyere, Johnny. Nem cserélünk elemet, felesleges. Lő Johnny. Jó. Egy oszlop. Két oszlop. A második oszlop milyen gyors volt. Hol lesz a kövi? Ja, ott van még egy mutatja a csillagba. Dobálj! Hopp! Ez úgy fogyott. Hát... Ennyi? Ez most nagyon ment. Ilyen messze van a izé. Ez rohadt messze van. Feltöltünk mindent. Minden. Menj a vetítőfülkébe. Megyek is. Belépési kód megadása.
The champion of light can feel the fragment of the signal in his pocket. The weapon that can change what will be. It's incomplete, but it's all he has.
Nem utas, késő este volt. A nyárnak majdnem vége volt. És ez... Igen. Akkor az óra. Késő este volt. A nyárnak majdnem vége volt. Naptár. Igen. Igen. És? Várjunk csak. Valahol még be kell állítani valamit? Valami volt itt. Elhasznál. Ez valami verseny? Jó. Átkapcsol. Mit? Aha, nyár volt. Késő este volt. Akkor lehet, hogy föl kéne kapcsolni a lámpát is, nem? Vagy... dátumot beállítottuk. Mi van még? Ez egy nyomtató. Itt nincs naptár.
Hell, this isn't going right.
Mi a rák?
You've been up to something, haven't you? Too bad it's not gonna do any good. I'm a better you than you ever will be, and I've got all the time in the world. Everything you've got's going to be mine. Your life. Your wife! What are you gonna do about it? The sun's never coming up now. I can keep this up forever. Show yourself! Whatever you say, buddy.
Ups. Elvitt. Vagy nem tudom, mit csinált.
The rush of darkness is unstoppable. Time itself twists and tears, sweeping the champion of light back with its dark currents. Again, he enters the world, but now he sees the trap for what it is. A maze that loops back into itself.
I'm here again. He sent me back.
Visszaküld. Basszus, itt kezdtünk. De legalább megmaradtak a cuccok. Minden maxon van. Igen, itt záródott le az út. De most nem záródott le. Itt jöttek az oszlopok. Aj, pókhálók. Aj, csúnya pókok. Akkor nem futok. Megint az oszlop. Megint a benzinkút.
Oh, not birds again.
Jaj, itt is azt mondom. Jaj, ne.
What the hell?
Ez mi a szar? Hát... Hú, basszus, ebből ilyen sok kell. Az anyjáját. Hát jó is, hogy nem is a magnum van nálam. 6 lőszerrel. Oké. Most menjünk jobbra. Jaj, ne. Köcsög madarak. Azt a mindent belemegy egy tár. Hát öcsém, lehet, hogy puskával jobban járok. Úgy min van még? Az nem. Nem, jó a pisztoly. Abból tudom, hogy legalább egy tár belemegy, és akkor kampó. Emma! Fény. Ezt nem nyitjuk ki, mert felesleges.
Emma? You here?
Mit csinálsz itt? Mondtam, hogy menj haza.
Wow, it is you. I guess all of it really happened.
You remember me?
Kind of. I felt weird all day, like I could almost remember a dream I had, and then just before sunset, I remembered the page.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go get those things again.
Not all of them. I went out and got them. Well, most of them. I felt stupid at first, but then it was getting dark, and those things started showing up, and one of them made off with the battery. It ran into the railroad tunnel. There was no way I was gonna follow him in there. Sorry.
It's good you didn't. You should be careful. I mean, really careful.
Majd mehetek én oda.
I kind of remember something. Something bad happened to me, didn't it?
Nagyon jó lesz.
Get it. It doesn't have to happen again, okay? Just do what I say.
Yeah, okay. God, this is too weird. Am I going crazy here? Just go get that battery.
Ez egy
Try to stay
időhurok.
calm. You're perfectly sane. We're caught in a time loop. That's why this is happening again.
I believe you. God, I feel like I might just lose it any second now. How come you're not freaking out over this?
Because on my personal weird shit-o-meter, this just doesn't rate.
Look, I know something happened to me before.
You're gonna be okay. If you just keep cool, okay?
Köszi.
Thanks for getting this stuff for me. It's a big help.
I hope so. Are you gonna make everything blow up at the oil field again?
I have to.
Well, whatever the hell else you might be, at least you're not boring.
Hát köszi. Megpróbáljuk szögbelövővel.
Just the battery. That'll save time.
Minden. Oda süss. Fuck. Áj. Nem lehet 5-nél több nálam. Találd meg az akkumulátort a rohadt életbe. Van itt valami kérdőjel. Itt is volt, meg itt is volt. Vagy ez nem. De a térkép azt mutatta, hogy itt egy kérdőjel. Itt. Hát itt semmi nincsen. Na mindegy. Találjuk meg az aksit. Itt van. Ez itt jó. Ez itt látom. Kézirat. Micsoda? Night Springs, a kult tévéműsor.
Night Springs doesn't exist. It's a fictional town from the TV show I used to work on. It was Any Place USA, a place we used as a backdrop for whatever strange story we had that week. One of the stories I wrote for the show involved a man, the champion of light, fighting his evil double, the herald of darkness. It was something I'd written back in the real world, something I had a link to, a framework I could build on. I had adapted it into a new story. This story.
Rettenetesen jó. Rettenetesen jó. A tévé mutat valami újabb jó kis műsort. Aha.
A
Okay. So this chick just came up to me and said she's my biggest fan. I know. They all say that, right? And she's giving me the eye.
Rosszul
So I
néz
make
ki.
a couple of moves. We have a couple of drinks. And then things start happening. But I say I have to go to the bathroom first. Uh-oh, right? She's got no idea. Watch this. This is gonna be priceless.
That's nice.
I thought you'd like that. Are you tense? You feel a little
Beteg a
tense?
csávó, nagyon.
Maybe a little. I had a crappy day.
Yeah?
Don't worry, it's improving real fast.
Yeah.
Hey, don't stop. It's just getting good.
Watch this.
Azt a kurva.
Yeah! Did you see that?
De beteg.
Oh man! Did you see her? Boom!
More than anything else, that sex are animals. It's in our nature to imagine, to turn fantasies into legends, to be storytellers. But on a rare occasion, the line between fact and fiction
És leült évézni. Hát ez nagyon jó fejcsáva.
becomes hopelessly blurred, and nowhere convincingly as in Night Springs.
Hát jó. Jó volt. Ez is jó műsor volt. Azt se tudom, merre kell menni erre. Szóval szögbelövő. Az ott nem tudom mi. De ez a tábla már... Ja, mert visszajöttünk. Bocsánat. Szögbelövő lőszer felvétele. Ó, basszus, bánya.
Well, this should be perfectly safe.
Nagyon biztonságos. Merre kell menni? Franc. Pókica. Csak nyugalom. Valamit villogott, nem? Itt van.
Now I just need her to charge this up.
Azt a mindenit. Ez ugrik. Basszus, merről jöttem? Erről. Futi, futi. Te maradsz? Jönnek a paukok. Aprók. Ouch. Au. Hát basszus. Haha. Futás innen. Macskos pókok. Így. Ja, a fákját még mindig nem... Az meg nem használtam. Oké. Na, ez viszonylag könnyű volt, jó van. Mi a rák? Nem szabad közel engedni őket. Ennyi. Emma. Megvan. Beszaladtam.
Okay, I'll charge it. Here. Try not to get killed.
Gyorsan feltölti. Menj az olajmelő és a valós... Jó. Vigyázni fogok rá.
I'm gonna take care of this. Try to stay calm.
Look, what if you stay here with me, please?
I'm sorry, but if I don't deal with this, no one else will.
Yeah, I guess. It's just that this is getting really creepy. I believe this is real, but I don't understand any of it. I'm getting scared. I can't believe you're so calm.
I get scared, but I've had a lot of time to get used to it. That helps. The guy who looks like me is the reason this is happening. I caught up with him, but he swept me back here.
Back in time.
Yeah, it's a trap. We'll be doing this forever unless I can break out of it.
How are you gonna do that?
I'm working on it. I came prepared, but things got kind of scrambled when I arrived. I'm tracking down the things I need.
Yeah, well, feel free to climb back into your DeLorean or whatever it is you do.
Haha. DeLorean. Megyek. Most megint át kell írni ezt a izét. Jó, mentsünk. Basszus, ebbe sok kell. Hát, hogy a pisztoly jobb lett volna. Mindegy, ehhez van lőszer. A puska szerintem maxon van, nem? Flanc. Ja, most megint újra az egészet. Oké. Itt van fakja, meg lőszer. Jó. Jó, nem olyan rossz. Vissza.
Well, here we go again. Better get ready to run.
Na jó. Ugyanaz a... Igen, ugyanaz a... Oké. Muzsik. És... az aksi. Az ott mi? Ja, abból nincs, nem. Aksi. Na és most? Igen. Jön a bizé, lebombázza, leesik az útra, és akkor most megint menni kell a csillagvizsgálóba. menekülni kell a pusztítás elől. Futok, nem? Erre. Messze van. Na? Oké. Futi pusztítás elől. Még erre.
She'll be in trouble. Better hurry.
Sietek. Betöltsük. Műhold.
Emma!
Aha.
This is not the bad thing. Nothing.
Egy. A nagy kövér. Oké. Maradjatok. Jó, ha távol maradt. Emma? Basszus, sokan.
Head down.
Ja, ezek az osztódók. Basszus. Áú, bazd meg. Fussál már. Nem fut, basszus. Hát basszus. Elértem valamit. Lámpa nincs.
It's okay. It's safe now.
Safenau. Hol vagy?
I got a really bad feeling about all of this.
I'm gonna need those keys to the diner now. There's a motel key there that I have to get.
Oh, hey, you don't have to do that. I have the motel master key.
Ó, de jó, hogy
I
le
work for
lehet
the same
rövidíteni.
company, you know. What's at the motel?
Well, there's a dead guy. He's got something I need to get into the Mount Redtooth Observatory.
God, that's awful. Hey, you wanted to know about the guy who looked like you, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
The last time you said he had a party, but you didn't go.
No, that's not true. I did go. It was really great at first, and then I didn't see it myself, but I hear he turned nasty. He hurt a bunch of guys pretty bad, and there was this girl, she died. But I didn't hear about that until afterwards. I thought that he was so charming.
And then he went to the diner.
That's right. I wasn't involved with that at all. I don't know what happened.
Fine. I need to check out these motel rooms. In the meantime, you stay here, okay? I'm serious. Keep the lights on and stay here.
Yeah, okay. You got it. I sure hope you're right about this.
Maradjon
You're gonna
itt.
stay here this time, right?
Because the last time I didn't, and that thing, whatever it is, happened to me.
Yeah. I don't want you to get hurt again.
Don't worry, I'm gonna stay put. I don't remember what happened exactly, but I learned my lesson.
Good. It doesn't have to happen exactly the same way this time around. You proved that much when you went out and got those things for me. I think you're gonna be okay.
Let's hope you're right.
Jó. Szögbelövő.
Stay away! No! This wasn't supposed to happen again!
Hát itt most nem tudtunk mit csinálni, jól van. Akkor egyes szoba. Itt van egy jelzőpisztoly. Itt akkor semmi. Hát igazából van Van egy rádió.
Okay, people, it's Eddie Rodman here with a few hours to kill, and there's nobody I'd rather...
Igazából ez a szoba kell. Ugye itt, nálam van a kulcs.
It's said that nobody knows what the future might bring, but for this man, it's no longer entirely true. A weaker man might simply give up, but the champion of light is an expert on destiny. Sometimes the puppet and puppeteer can be one and the same.
Megyünk nem tudom hova. Ja, a csillagvizsgálóba. Igen.
Mount Redtooth. Its top littered with man-made eyes that stare into the endless depths of space. Tonight, the champion of light will depend on them to pick out a message from the ether.
Na jó, már megint.
As history repeats itself, the man remembers the patterns. He knows that he needs the missing part for the telescope.
Better find Dr. Meadows' car.
Aha, minden ugyanúgy történik. Jó. Basszus kulacs. Kötögy. Mi a rák? Ja, dobálja az a szarra. Hol vagy? Oké. Okay. Azt nem láttam, hogy van egy dobáló. Itt viszont vannak bent cuccok. Hol? Valahol itt láttam a dobozt. Ott van. Így. Meg kell találni a kocsiját. Ugye az valamelyik épület mellett volt. Jelzi csillaga. Jó van, jó van. Akkor még gondolkodni se kell. Nagyon jó. Amúgy itt volt bent valami. Már bocsánat. Ja, hogy itt van egy ajtó. Itt van valami. Túloldalt. Hát én ezt nem láttam. Ezt se olvastam el.
The atmosphere in the projection booth at the drive-in was charged, almost unreal. Despite that, the air felt cool and refreshing this late at night. It'd been a hot day. The summer was nearing its end, but it wasn't over yet.
Ez volt a kezdet. És volt egy másik. Valamelyik volt még. Itt van Dr. Meadows.
When Dr. Rachel Meadows got the call from Michael, telling her to hurry to the observatory, she didn't waste any time. It had been a nice party. She'd had a good time, but her social life would always play second fiddle to the mysteries of space. Michael never showed up, of course. He pulled over at the wrong rest stop. She never even thought about him at the time. The phenomenon in the sky above her was too fascinating.
Ilyenek ezek a tudósok. Körbe se néznek rendesen. Jó, de jó, hogy itt is meg lehet kerülni, jó van. Menj innen. Valami van még itt, valami kérdőjel. Még egy papír. Rengeteg. Mia? Mia? Siker.
As a storyteller, my first real love was crime. And it was in that genre that I finished my first novel, starring the perpetually miserable Alex Casey, whose entire life was a wound that never healed. The books sold as fast as they hit the shelves. I wrote 5 more Alex Casey books, and they all were bestsellers. I became rich. I became famous. Success brought pressure, and I didn't handle it very well.
Hát ez ilyen. Egy jó sztori kell, aztán meg vagy. Képpel dolgozó. Ó, basszus. Jó, de legalább már mögöttem nem jönnek. Kettő. Pont belerohanok, basszus. Tuti. Ott a gyökér. Lőszar. Egy lap. Nézd oda. Mr. Scratch eredete.
I've seen the enemy, and it's me. I've faced dark horrors before, things that live in the unimaginable pressures of the world beyond our own. Sometimes they masquerade as humans. That's what ultimately lurks inside Mr. Scratch. He's every mean-spirited tabloid story about me, an evil caricature, a creature formed in that vague territory of misconceptions, half-truths, and the dark imagination of people who heard a story about me. An urban legend made flesh, a serial killer, my dark half, brought to life by the power of Cauldron Lake.
Jól hangzik. Jól hangzik. Menjünk. Várjuk, itt van. Még egy. Ennyi lap van. Hirtelen most annyi lap van. Kozmológiai igazságok.
There are places where our world is worn thin, and another reality brushes against ours. One such site is Cauldron Lake near Bright Falls, Washington. But there are others. That other reality is dark, vast, and malleable, always in flux. In its depths dwell vast forces and alien energies. They're dangerous. But in one of these places, if you know how, you can channel the power of that place and use it to shape reality.
És pont ez történik most. Ja, itt voltak a pókok. Még egy lap. Nézzed le. A sötétség.
The darkness rose from the depths of Cauldron Lake and took Alice. It needed words. It needed me to write its way into our world. She was leverage, a hostage. I complied, but with a twist. I put in a loophole that gave me a chance to fight back. I was hunted by shadowy enemies, but I faced the darkness. I fought it with light. I drove it back. I saved Alice, but it came with a cost. I was trapped in the dark place below Cauldron Lake.
Csak kiderül lassan, hogy mit keresünk, hogy kinyitom a csomagtartót, és rögtön nagyon sokan lesznek. Ugye? Megvan a Hasselblad. Hasselblad, azt hiszem. Hasselblad. Jaj, ne! Anyád! Basszus. Na gyere, engem itten ne üldözzé. Azért. Megyek a teleszkóphoz. Sőt, ki kéne nyitni a csapokat is, nem mindegy. Megint két jó madár. Na, hova? Ne zabazz. Paper. A történetek
Stories
természete.
come naturally to us. We can't help it. There are many different worlds, many competing realities within our heads, fueled by books, television, even barely remembered childhood tales. There's an endless supply of fictional concepts more familiar to us than anything or anyone real. We have a far greater connection to the fictional characters we know and love than the random people we pass on the street. Our destinies and inspirations are shaped by lies, myths, and fables.
Fable. Most mutattak be az új újat. Az elsőnek a remake-jét. Ugye? Tegnap, ma.
It's you. How dare you? No,
Jó van, hello,
it
engedjél már
isn't
be.
you, is it? I suppose you'd better come in. I'll unlock the door.
Thanks.
Ez most gyors volt. Nem kellett meggyőzni. TV. Megint valami jó videoklip.
I know what you're thinking. Evil twin, supernatural powers. But most of the time, I just like to keep things basic. I want you to understand that. Like this.
Az egy kalapács.
Need to get your hands dirty? No batteries, no moving parts, just physics. That's technology you can depend on. It's a classic. Speaking of classics, you need to be careful with this one, though. If the victim suddenly twists, you might end up cutting yourself. It's not really a workhorse, but I'm a sucker for this style. Now this is more like it. You've got slip-resistant grip. Believe me, you really want that traction once you're wrist deep in somebody. The blade's stiff enough so it won't open by accident in your pocket, but it's still really easy to open with just one hand. Now that's a big thing for me.
Alapképzés gyilkosoknak?
I know what you're thinking. It's too big, too heavy. But sometimes you just need the extra oomph. If you're talking intimidation, this is gonna do the job. Also great for dismemberings and whatnot. You know, the messy jobs. I can't tell you how many things I've MacGyvered with this stuff.
Duct tape.
Okay, now, guns. Not a big fan. I mean, how are you supposed to really connect with somebody with a bullet? I want you to understand that. I take pride in what I do. We can't both be worthless hacks, can we?
Van egy stílusa. Hülye gyökér. Na menjünk. Ó, cuccili. Jó
You'll
napot.
have to forgive me, but this feels very strange. It seems like this has all happened before.
I have the replacement part for your telescope, Doctor.
All right. Let's get it installed.
Ja. Szerint ki fogják tűnni a gonoszok. Mehet. Nyomja. Megvan.
I think we can give this a go, although I have this strange feeling that something will
Don't
go
start
wrong.
it up yet. There's a problem with the coolant system.
Yes, that's right. I remember. All right, let me think. If they're sabotaging it, they'll be at the primary coolant pipe outside. If you can secure it, we should be ready to pick up the signal. That is why you're here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'll take care of it.
Before you go, if you have the time, I'd appreciate if you came up here and explained a few things. All of this is very strange to me.
Persze, megyek. Megyek. Csak az liftnek nincs hangja.
Hello.
I
Csokolom.
don't quite know what's going on, but I seem to remember having had this encounter before.
It's not deja vu, Doctor. This has happened before. We're caught in a time loop.
That's utterly insane. How could that be?
I can't really explain it. I suppose I could call it magic.
I don't believe in magic.
Neither do I, but I can't argue with what I've experienced. Listen, what matters now is the signal. The last time we only caught a part of it. I need the rest of it. Whether you believe me or not, you want to look into this as much as I do, right?
Yes. All right.
I realize that you have trouble believing this.
That's an understatement. I can't deny that what you say resonates with me on some level I don't pretend to understand. But for all I know, I'm simply delusional.
But it's not just you. I've experienced the same thing as you. Doesn't that prove something, at least?
Maybe. On the other hand, given your appearance, and the fact that you're trying to convince me that I'm not insane, perhaps you're merely a hallucination that accompanies my delusions.
You're not having a psychotic episode, Doctor. For what it's worth, I'm a skeptic by nature. I completely understand your reluctance to believe me.
There are people caught so deep in their psychosis that they retroactively manufacture memories and beliefs that conform to the situation at hand.
Sure, but you have to stop second-guessing yourself at some point, if you want to get something done.
Na jó, menjünk csövelni. Di-di-di. Jó. Már minden maxon van. Jók ezek a szekrények, hogy újra töltődnek. Biztosítsuk az elsődleges csöveket. Oké. Az itt van hátul. Papír. Föt. Nyomás.
The pressure of success got to me. My wife Alice was the sole thing in my life that anchored me. Suddenly it wasn't enough. I couldn't write anymore. I distracted myself with wild parties and whatever trouble I could scare up. I wallowed in the drama of my life, sure that Alice would stick with me even though she didn't sign up to be the lifeline of a tortured artist. It was my dumb luck she's not the type to give up.
Itt le lehet menni? Ez kafa. Ki hol? Johnny? Kifogytam. Na. Azért. Hát nem akart megpusztulni. Az elsődleges csöves. Jó. De ti benn vagytok, én meg kin. Hülyék. Basszus, bombás. Bomba. Ez nem a bombás. Tuti. Hol vagy te, gyök? Hol van? Ott van fönt. Nesze. Ó, jó ez a szögbelövő. Lehet vele lövöldözni.
These beings hate the light, am I correct? You should be able to turn on the lights and secure the area that way.
Jó, de azt hol?
can you hear me? I think we're good to go.
All right. I'll start looking for the signal. Please, head back.
Viszik a kocsit. Hoznak egy kocsit.
I guess they didn't like that.
Aha, menjek vissza. Jó. Megyek is. Ja, rá. Megakadt. Oda beleakad. Új! Basszus. Ja, arra kell menni. Menjek. Aj, tudtam, hogy hátba vág. Szemét. Kikapcsolja a lámpákat. Oké. Maradjál. Jaj, ez bombás. Hogy rohadjon meg. Kifogytam. Muszáj vagyok ide jönni. Bombás Béla. Ó, 2 is. Már csak egy. Hol van? Ott a bombás hátul. Gyökér, hova futsz? Megvan. Hú. Pont kifogytam. Meg vagyok.
It's working. Please, come up here.
Megyek. Csak feltöltöm magam. Ez az. És a lámpámmal mi van? Miért nem működik a lámpa?
You find the signal?
Yes, I don't think it's quite the same thing we had the last time. Still, we're definitely picking it up.
Are we getting the complete signal now?
I'm afraid not. Take a look at it yourself. I'm printing out a hard copy now. I'd like to ask you a question or two before that, though, if you don't mind.
Nem mondjad.
Most people would find these events extremely disturbing, provided that they survive these creatures, that is. You seem to be quite adept at dealing with the situation. Why is that?
Yes, I was involved in... It's a complex story. I was in this small town, and a horrible thing from another dimension kidnapped my wife and manipulated me into writing this horror story that came true. I learned to fight it with light, and I managed to contain it and free my wife. But I was trapped in its world.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. So, I'm used to reality working in strange or even impossible ways. And I fought these things, not exactly like this, but close enough for a good while now. Of course, I have certain advantages. Was there anything else?
What did you mean when you said you have advantages?
At the risk of sounding like a lunatic, reality is much more fluid than people think. It can be influenced.
I didn't take you for a mystic.
Influencer tudsz lenni.
I'm a writer. And under certain conditions, I can, for lack of
Lehetsz
a better word,
influencer, és akkor
rewrite
tudod
reality.
befolyásolni a környezeted.
That's absurd.
Végül is.
But it works.
Assuming I believe this, why don't you simply, I don't know, write yourself some superpowers?
It's not quite that simple. You need to follow certain laws of drama, I suppose. You need to think about consistency and symbolism. Often what you write isn't anywhere near as important as what you imply. There are things out there that will take advantage of your mistakes.
You really believe in this?
Don't look at me like that. You've experienced some of this yourself.
I will gladly admit that something exceedingly strange is going on. But this idea that you're somehow altering reality with your writing is ridiculous. You're essentially saying you're controlling my actions. Leaving aside the rational arguments against this, what gives you the right?
Well, it's more like having a destiny. A path you're on. You're not aware of it,
Mindjárt
but there it
írok
is.
neked egy olyan
If somebody
sorsot,
changes it, what difference does it make? It's what every writer does. If you write something that affects one of the characters, they don't really know about that.
I'm not a character. Are you saying that it's all right to take advantage of someone if they aren't aware of it?
Look, all I meant was that if you're genuinely making all your own decisions, and those decisions lead to whatever destiny you have, what practical difference does it make?
I suppose that depends on whether our destinies are determined by things like physics and probabilities, or natural reality, which is presumably neutral and impartial, or by some kind of an intelligence. If it's the latter, that intelligence makes choices based on some criteria. If we suffer as a result of those choices, there's a moral and ethical element involved,
de mély
regardless of
beszélgetésbe
whether we're
kezdtünk
aware
bele.
of its manipulations. Wouldn't you agree?
You're taking this very well. I thought you'd be hangry.
I suppose I would be if I thought you could actually do this.
Na, figyelj, olyat írok.
Another printout. Another signal fragment. The message is still not complete, but it's another piece of the weapon he has built against his adversary. Mere words on a piece of paper, but in the right hands, they will hold back the darkness.
Darkness. És most megyünk a moziba. Igen. Jó, lettem.
The last time the man came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this
Most van nálunk
place is
szögbelövő.
enough.
Na. Egy 5 percet kérek, mindjárt jövök.